Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as part of this series, we are creating a simple employee management system type application in which we are using Spring Boot as our backend and React as frontend. Okay, so as part of our previous two lectures, we have created a simple Spring Boot application. This is my HTTP post request. Okay, so using this post request, I am able to send some data, okay, to my DB, right? So here, if I just click on this send button, so you see status is 201 created. Okay, now let's suppose I want to see this data. Okay, so I'm simply going to the here get request. Okay, so here in the get, if I just click on send, okay, so it is just going to give me the data that is available with me right now. Okay, so now instead of seeing this data here in the Postman, I want to see this data in my front end. Okay, so what I'm going to do as part of this lecture, so I'm going to create a simple this UI. Okay, so just to get the list of the employees that I have. Okay, so we are just going to run our application on this server, and now see if I just click on this refresh employee list, okay, or just refresh this page, so I will get the details. Okay, so now let's try to send some more data. uh, okay, so here I go to the post. Okay, and here just go to this body, and here give some other user. So let's say I'm giving here first user as Vijay. Okay, and here the last name, let's suppose I'm giving coder only. Okay, so here I'm just going to change it with email here. Okay, so here I'm just giving Vijay. Okay, so now let me just send this. Okay, so I have sent this data. Status is 201 created, right? And let me send some more data here. So instead of BJ, let me just give okay, so here let me just change the email here and send some data here. Okay, status is 201 created. Okay, and let's send one more data. So here let me name it Alex. Okay, and here give me Alex. Okay, so send it. So now we have sent few data. Okay, so now if I want to see the data using this Postman, so if I click on this get request and click on the send, so it is just going to give me the all the employees. Okay, so developer coder is one employee, Vijay coder is one employee, Sham coder is one employee, and one coder is Alex coder. Okay, so overall total four values we have right here. Total In total we have four values, right? So now if I just go to this page employee list, okay, the front end of my React application, and I click on this button refresh employee list. Okay, so now it is going to give me the all the users. Okay, first name, last name, and the email. Okay, so this is what I am going to do as part of this lecture number 3. Okay, so now without any delay, let's get started with the front end part of our application. Okay, so now let's get started with the front end part of our application. So here in this folder, EMS folder, we have our backend code, right? Or the backend stuff. Okay, so now here I'm going to create a new folder. Let's name that folder as EMS frontend. Okay, so in this folder I'm just going to place the my front end part. Okay, so here inside this folder, just go inside this folder, and here just write cmd. Okay, so it is going to open the command prompt for you. Okay, so here in this command prompt, okay, so you have to write code space dot. Okay, so it is going to open Visual Studio Code for you. Okay, so I hope that Visual Studio Code is available with you guys. If it is not, then please go ahead and install this. Okay, so the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so just install it if it is not there in your local. Okay, so now this is done. Okay, so here just go to your view and terminal. Okay, so now we have to create our React project. Okay, so here if you just go to this documentation, so first how we are going to create our React app, so we have to write this command npx create React app and the name of your app. Okay, so let's do that. Npx then create hyphen React hyphen app and the name of your project. So let me name it as employee underscore management. Okay, press enter. So now it is just going to install few packages and all that stuff, so just give it a moment. So once this is done, you need to go inside your project, so just run this command cd employee management. Now you are inside this path. Okay, employee management. So here if you just run this command npm start, okay, so you will just see that page will open localhost 3000. Okay, so in that server you will see that your application is running. Okay, so if I just go here and show you local host colon 3000. Okay, so let's see if our project is started or not. So it's still give it some time. Okay, meanwhile you can see here this is created. Okay, so src okay, and here you will see all the packages in the package.json. Okay, so see, right now you are seeing this page, right? Edit src app.js and save to reload. So if you go to your page app.js, so you are seeing this line basically, codes src app.js and save to load. Okay, so if I just remove it and here add that get the list of employees. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So if I just save it and go here, so here see you are getting this message now, get the list of employees. Okay, so first thing now once this is done, so here this is my spring boot application, right? And if I just run this application, okay, all these controllers and dtos entities we have covered in the last two lectures, right? So if I just run this application, so my spring boot application is going to run on the localhost 8080 server. Okay, so what I need to do now in my rect part, here I need to go to this package.json. Okay, here I need to add the proxy. Okay, because my spring boot application is running on localhost 8080, right? So I need to do that. So here just write proxy and here just give the address. Okay, so here I'm just going to write http colon forward slash local host and 8080. Okay, so see this is where my spring boot code is running, right? Port 8080. So if I go here and write local host 8080, okay, so inside this my spring boot application is running. Okay, h2 hyphen console if I give here, so you will see this. Okay, if I just connect to this DB, then this is the table that we have created, and right now there is no data. Okay, so using Postman we were sending some data, right? So if I just send this, so status is going to be 201 created, and here if I just refresh this page, okay, and this run this query, so I will see the data. Okay, for this one. Okay, but this is running where localhost 8080. Now I want to interact my react app with the spring boot code, right? So that is why I need to give this proxy here. Okay, so I hope that this line is clear to you. Okay, so now once this is done, just go to your app.js page. Okay, so I'm just going to simply remove everything here in my app.js page. Okay, so instead of this I'm going to give some different code here. So first thing that you need to do here, just write RESTful. Okay, so this is nothing but it is automatically create the react arrow function export component. So type RESTful and press enter. Okay, so it is going to create like this. Okay, so once this is done, now uh, here in the src just create a new file, and let's name that file as employee list dot jsx. Okay, so this is done. So here we have created this employee list dot jsx, and here also just do one thing, REFCE, just add this. Okay, so in this employee list dot jsx I'm just going to write the code to get the employees. Okay, to get the list of employees. Okay, so before that, here just go to your app page. Okay, so here by default this is going to run first. Okay, so here just give this component employee list component. So I'm just going to write employee list component here. Okay, so now that's it. Okay, just save it. That's it. This is what we need to do in app.js part. Okay, so now we are done with app.js part. We are done with package.json part. Now we need to write the code in the employee list.js. Okay, so here what we need to do. So here do one thing. Just remove this right now. Just remove. I don't want to do this here. Okay, now in the const employee list, okay, inside this I'm just going to use this use state and use effect. Okay, so let's suppose here I'm writing const. Okay, and here I'm just going to give total two elements. Okay, one is employees, and after that I'm just going to give one more component, a function. Let's name that as sent employees. Okay, and here just give use state. Okay, and inside this just pass an empty array. That's it. Okay, and now after that, so what is this use state? So it is a react hook, okay, that initializes the state. The initial value is set to an empty array. Use state returns an array with two elements. Okay, the current state employees and a function to update the state, that is nothing but set employees. Okay, so just save it. And now after that just write const for loading. Okay, so loading and set loading. So here use state, and when my page is loading, so I want to use the initial state as true. Okay, so I'm simply going to write here true. Okay, so this is for when my page is loading. Okay, then if there are any errors, so for that I'm just going to use a const, and here I'm going to write error and set error. And here in the use state, uh, by default, okay, initially there is no error, so I'm just going to simply write null. That's it. Okay, now I have to use state and use effect. Okay, all that stuff. So here effect, I'm just going to call my method. Okay, my function that I want to run. So here just write it like this, and inside this here just call the function. So let's name that function as fetch employees. Fetch employees. Okay, and here this is the function that I'm calling. One thing here, and then after that here just pass this empty array. Okay, which usually means that it is just going to run for just one time. Okay, then it will mount the data. Okay, whatever the data that we have, then it simply means that it will only take the effect just one time if I'm just passing this. Okay, empty array. So now after that here, right, now we have to define our function. Okay, so const function is this fetch employees. Okay, this is nothing but async. And here inside this first as soon as I call this function, I need to show that my page, okay, entry point is loading the data. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call this set loading. Okay, I'm going to set the state to loading, set loading. Okay, and here inside this I'm just going to pass true. Okay, and once this is done, then after that just try here, and inside this now I need to get some data, okay, from my backend. Okay, so here I'm just going to write a response. Okay, and here I have to write await, and now I have to use the access. Okay, so what is this access? So access is nothing but it is a promise based HTTP client for making the requests. Okay, so here I have to write await access dot get, and inside this I have to give the default path, okay, where I need to get the data. Okay, so if you go to your Spring Boot application, so get mapping, so this is the point, right, from where we have to fetch the data. So just need to write this in my application. Okay, API, and here write employees. Okay, so you need to install this library as well, access library. So just go here and type access. It is a promise based HTTP client, right? So just go to the documentation and here just write this npm install access. Go to your terminal. Okay, so here go inside the cd employee management, and here just write npm install access. Okay, so we need to install this library, right? Access. So now it is going to install all the packages libraries, right? Now all the packages are installed. Okay, so just go to your package.json and you will see that this library is there now. Okay, so let me just come down. So here see access. Okay, so this is installed now. So just go to this employee list. Okay, so here also just import now. We are not importing right now, so here write import access from access. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now we are inside this try. Okay, so here I am going to get the response. Okay, so in the try const response, so here I am writing await access dot get, and this one. Okay, so here what is actually happening here? So this line is going to send an HTTP get request to the API employees endpoint using access. Okay, a promise based HTTP client for making request. Then this await keyword. Okay, the await keyword is used to wait for the promise returned by the access.get to resolve. The resolved value is the response from the server. Okay, and the response variable will contain entire response object, which includes several properties like data, status, header. Okay, but we are just need to get the data, right? So what I'm going to do here in the set employees. Okay, so in the set employees I'm just going to pass the new state. Okay, so here response, whatever response I'm going to get, I just need the data now, not header and any other information, just need the data, right? Just do this. Okay, so if there is any error in the try block, so I will go to this catch. Okay, here I'm just going to write error. So just going to write the message now, set error message. So here I'm just going to write error loading or fetching employee data. Okay, error fetching employee data. Done. So finally, okay, try catch block we write, and now here just write finally. Okay, so once everything is done, then we have to uh, show that we are not now loading. Okay, so I'm just going to change the state of set loading to false. Set loading. Okay, here I'm just going to type false, that's it. Okay, so now this is done. So here if loading, then I need to give some message. If there is some error, then I need to give any message, right? So what I'm going to do here, uh, here I'm just going to write if loading, then just return, and here just give div. Okay, and here just give the message loading. Okay, and if there is any error, then also I need to give some message. So here just write if error. Okay, if error. Okay, so from here I'm returning now if loading if error. Okay, if this is the state, if this is the state, error state, then again return and give the div. Okay, and here inside the div I need to give the error. Okay, so whatever the error value that I have, I'm going to simply write that error. Okay, so whatever the error value I have, I'm simply going to write that here. That's it. Okay, now once this is done, then we have to just write the return. Okay, whatever the data that we need to return. Okay, so here return, and inside this return. Okay, so I will do the styling after this. Okay, so first let's write what we need. Okay, so here just create one div tag. Okay, and inside this div tag, first I need one heading. Okay, so my heading will say that this is nothing but employee list. So here I'm just going to write employees list. Okay, that's it in my heading tag. Okay, then after that I'm just going to create one button. Okay, and inside this button, on click I want to perform some action. Okay, on click. So on click I will just call this fetch employee functions. Okay, so I'm just going to write here fetch employees. Okay, and that's it. Okay, fetch employees, and here just close this. Okay, and just give the name of my button. Let's give it as refresh employee list. Refresh employee list. Here just write uh, I will get some data, right, in the employees. In this state I will get some data in the end. So here just write employees dot length. Okay, if it is equal to 0, then in that case simply in my p tag, okay, paragraph tag, simply write no employees found. No employees found. Okay, this is done. Okay, if this is not true, then we need to do few more things. Okay, so here just write it like this, and here I need one unordered list. Okay, so in unordered list, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the details from this employees. Okay, and I'm just going to write here employees dot map. Okay, and inside this employees dot map, let's suppose there is one single employee. Okay, one by one I'm going to map now all the details. Okay, employee. So here just going to write div. Okay, and inside this div just give the key is equal to employee. Okay, for that particular employee dot id is going to be my key. Okay, and for this particular key I need the employee dot first name. Okay, all that stuff I need, right? So here I'm just going to write one div tag. Okay, and inside this div tag I'm just going to create one h5. My what I need to pass here, I need to pass here my employee dot uh, first name. Let's say I'm passing first name. Just write it here, employee dot last name. Okay, that's it. And here once this is done, then in the p tag, okay, paragraph tag, just pass employee dot email. Okay, that's it. So now let's try to run our code and see if there are any code issues. Okay, so go to this view terminal. Okay, inside this employee management we are, so here just write npm start. Okay, so let's see. So see, this is what we are getting here. So alex coder, I am getting the name, I am alex coder, but right now styling is not good. So let me just do one more thing here. Let me pass a few more data. So here instead of alex, let's write give some other name. So let's say haley. Okay, so here just write haley. Okay, so send. So now two IDs are there. So right now you are not able to see anything, right? Because we are using use effect. Okay, so if I just click on this one, so now I'm seeing the total two data, right? I'm seeing alex coder, I am seeing haley coder. Okay, so now let's just do some styling here. Okay, so for styling what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this bootstrap library. Okay, simply for css work. So bootstrap css react, just search on this one. Okay, so how we need to do that? So first we need to run this npm install react bootstrap. Okay, just install this package. Okay, so this is what we need to do here. So just go to your this here command prompt and go inside your folder. Okay, so here just write this npm install react bootstrap. So once this is done, okay, so here you can add the flowing line. Okay, import bootstrap dast css bootstrap.min.css. Okay, you can include it in your source index.js or app.js anywhere. Okay, so let me just copy this, see if it's, yeah, it's done. Okay, so now if I just go to my package.json, I will see that bootstrap is there. So go to your app.js. Okay, and here just write this import bootstrap. Okay, so just save it, and now go to your employee list.jsx. Okay, so here we will do few things. Okay, okay, to see if it is working fine first or not. So here we need to give class name. Okay, class name. So in the class name I am going to say that button. Okay, and button primary. Okay, and mb, that is nothing but margin from the bottom. So I'm going to set to 4. Okay, and let's save it and see if there is any impact in our application or not. So right now see, this button is like this. Okay, refresh employee list. Okay, so if I just remove this part, okay, let me just copy this and delete it. Okay, save it. So now you see this is how it looks, right? Now if I just give this, so right now simply means that my bootstrap is working. Okay, so I'm able to make the changes. Okay, so here my employee list, you see, I want it in middle. I want it in middle employee list, not here. So what I'm going to do here, in my h1 tag. Okay, so first in this div I'm going to write class name. Okay, and here I'm just going to give container. Okay, and margin from top I'm going to give as 5. Okay, so save it, and let's see. After that I want this text to be in center. Here in my h1 tag just write class name. Okay, and here text center. Okay, save it. So now if you go here, refresh this, so see this is in center. Okay, and a refresh employee list is here. Okay, so here let me do one more thing. Here margin from bottom, let me give margin from bottom, give it 4. Okay, so right now if you see there is very less space. Okay, this button and this employee list. Okay, so there is very less space in the height. Okay, so now if I just save it now and go here, so now you will see there is some little bit difference here. Okay, in the employee list and my refresh employee list button. Okay, this is done. So if loading
then return. Okay, and here in the div, let me just write class name. Okay, and in the class name just write text. Okay, if there is any message I want it in center, and margin from top I will give 5. And yeah, that's it for this one. And if it is error, then also let's define class name. And here just write it is an error now, so I'm just going to say alert, alert, danger, and text I want in center. Okay, so here also let's try to give some class name. Okay, so under the list here, let's me give class name as list group. Okay, so just go over the different styling. Okay, you will find it in bootstrap. Okay, so here just give this list group. Okay, let me save it and see if, okay, right now it is like this. Okay, so list. Okay, and in the another list I give this, and in the div key employee id here. Okay, so here also let's give some class name, and here I need it like cards. Okay, so here card, and margin from bottom let me give it 3. Save it. Okay, so right now it is like this. Now here inside this div, let me just give class name as card body. Okay, so this is the card body, and h5 class name. Here also let me give some class name as card title. Okay, so let's say it is the title of this card title. Okay, so let me save it. So right now it is like this. Okay, okay, so right now this refresh employee list, this question mark. Okay, so it's coming. So let me just remove this, and here no employees found is also coming, and Alex coder and all this is also coming. Okay, so let me just fix this part. So here let me just go over my details. So here in my, okay, here employees dot length, if it is equal to 0. Okay, if it is equal to 0, then this I'm doing. Okay, just give it here now. That's it. So now let's see. So now it's looking good, right? This is what we need. Okay, so here you can see the cards, different cards. Okay, so if I go to the cards, okay, if I want something else, card title like this. Okay, here let me see some other cards. So I want card subtitle like this. Okay, all that stuff. So you need to give this class text muted. So here let me do this. Let me give this card muted, because here let me just go to this card text. Okay, so let me give this card text muted. Okay, so now save it. Go here, go to React app. Now it's cool, right? Little bit light I want, so now it's good. Okay, so now if I send some more data here, instead of Haley I give here Warney. Okay, so here let me write WARNE. Okay, and send this. So now we have total 3 IDs now. So from here get we can see the data, right? We have 3. Okay, from this dv, where is that? We have opened somewhere, right? This dv. Okay, if I run it we will see. Let me just connect it, run this. So we will see total 3 records. Okay, and now using our React frontend we are also able to see these 3, right? So if I just click here, so you will see total 3. Okay, so that's all for as part of my lecture number 3. Okay, so once this setup is done in your local and you are able to run this, so let me know in the comment section. Okay, and now after that we are just going to create one form. Okay, in which we are going to enter the data. Okay, instead of sending the data using Postman, I want to create a form in my front end of this application, and using that page, okay, using that form, I want to send the data. Okay, so this is what we are going to do as part of our next lecture. Okay, and we will also see if we can cover delete the employees, okay, or update the employees in that particular lecture, or otherwise we will make a separate video for that one. Okay, so I hope that you guys are clear. Okay, so if you have any issues with the installation setup, okay, and all that stuff, then please feel free to ping me in the comment section. Okay, so for this okay, so here let me just go over a little bit more details here. So I'm using npm this version. Okay, if you want to know, so this is the version that I'm using for npm, and node version that I'm using here is this one. Okay, so if you want to install node, okay, so you can do that. So okay, so I hope that you guys are able to understand today's lecture. If you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep practicing, okay, and keep coding. Meet you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.